Yo, 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 yo. Ah, Mookie.
What's up, bro?
How you feeling, bro?
Feeling cool.
Everything good with you?
Everything cool.
And we back with another reaction video. Larry Bird, bro.
Larry Legend.
Larry Bird. Man, this been a long Larry Bird. I mean, it's been a long time since we react to Larry Bird.
Yes.
So we back, bro. NBA legends, players, explain why Larry Bird will destroy in today's NBA.
That's most of the old players, though.
What? A killer in today's NBA? So
Absolutely.
the 3-point line and none of that would matter to them.
No, because they would play by the old rules when you could actually get physical with somebody.
But you can't get physical in this league. So how much Larry Bird dropping? Today's game.
35, 40.
How much do y'all think Larry Bird dropping? 35, 40 points? And was Larry Bird the first Steph Curry? Call out his shot and then do it.
I think Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf was the first Steph Curry, but that's me.
All right. If y'all new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, man. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Mookie.
Yeah.
Let's get into this video.
Imagine a prime Larry Bird in today's NBA. This is the most intriguing player for this type of series because he will fit so well in today's era. He is a complete package of what you want in today's NBA. Larry Bird had many ways to impact the game, and his IQ was remarkable. You could argue he had the highest basketball IQ in NBA history. The most underrated part of Larry
He ain't doing that in today's game.
You don't think so?
Nah, he ain't doing that.
Bird's game for me was his defense. He led the league in defensive win shares 4 times and finished second twice. Only George Mikan, Bill Russell, and Tim Duncan have more seasons than him as league leaders, and only Hakeem Olajuwon is tied with them. Despite his reputation as more of an offensive player, this actually puts him in the company of some of the greatest defenders in NBA history. He also made 3 all-defensive teams. Sure, he wasn't a lockdown defender like Dennis Rodman in one-on-one situations, but he could hold his own and was great at reading passing lanes for steals, so he wasn't a liability, which was one of the biggest myths. To prove that Larry Bird will dominate in today's NBA, there are players like Nikola Jokic and Luka Doncic who are thriving in the league. Both players possess some of Larry Bird's qualities. Jokic's freakish passing abilities, excellent off-ball play, and Luka's tough shot making and competitive mentality. But neither are a better shooter or defender than Larry. That is why in today's league it's difficult to find a player to compare Larry Bird to, because he is a composite of many players. The only thing you have to worry about with a prime Larry Bird
bro, that is the James Harden step back, bro. I don't care what nobody say. It's not the James Harden, it's the Larry Bird step back. But I'm just saying, like, where James Harden got it from, bro, it gotta be that. I see Larry Bird do that every time we watch a video, bro. It looked just like James Harden's. I'm sorry, look. Like, really pay attention to it, though, bro.
Larry. That is why
it
in
looked
today's
pretty.
league it's difficult to find a player to compare Larry Bird to, because he is a composite of many players. The only thing you have to worry about with a prime Larry Bird
come on, y'all.
is whether he'll be ejected after trash talking every player guarding him, because he will destroy players mentally too. Like, the guy was telling players what he would do before he even had the ball in his hands. So I'm going to show you NBA legends and players sharing stories of how dominant and skilled Larry Bird was. And after this video, please tell me how many points you think a peak Larry Bird will average in today's league. Enjoy the video, man.
Prior to that NCAA tournament, still was the most watched NCAA finals game in NCAA history. How much did you know about Larry Bird prior to that game?
Well, Shannon, the summer before, they had the WIT tournament.
Okay.
And they brought all the best college players together
Okay.
to play against the world.
Okay.
And, man, I see this guy, you know, blonde hair, all right, let me see if he can play.
Okay.
Man, I'm sitting there watching him shoot, Shannon. He must have made 30 in a row all net.
So he was Steph Curry before Steph.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there saying, this dude can play.
Okay.
Because, you know, brothers, we always say, okay, can the white dude really play?
Correct.
You know?
That's true. we always say that, and we don't mean no disrespect by it. It's just more so like, I guess I would say.
I mean,
like,
if you put it on a percentile rating, I'm gonna just go out here and say it.
right.
Black people are more athletic than white people.
Right.
You know, and we don't mean it as a slander against white people, but you know, if you was to, the NBA is what, like 70% black?
Right.
65, 70% black.
And we just like really like being honest. So when we see somebody like that can play,
right.
I'm not even gonna lie, that's like crazy amazing to us. Like, oh, like I had a friend. His name was Brandon.
Right.
When I first met him, he was a shooter.
Right.
I'm like, man, ain't about nothing, man. I got out there, swag up. Hold on, let me put a hand out. Take this with you. Swag up. Oh! You feel me?
Right.
So then I said, oh, man, he a bad boy.
Right.
Then we got in the game. Jack Gibbons was player of the year that year.
Right.
He tore him up, man.
From Jack Gibbs from Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Because they won the national championship in
That's
78.
right. That same time.
Yeah, okay.
Man, Larry Bird was taking it to him. I said, oh, man. I'm calling back home saying, oh, he for real. He for real. This
Right.
dude, Larry Bird?
Right.
Oh, he got it. He
Right.
can play. He's dominating Jack
Right.
Gibbons.
Rich, I don't know. I think he might average 30. I mean, here's the thing. Nobody could ever rush Larry Bird. I know guys are way more athletic now, but his ability to shoot the ball, depending upon the team he's on, like he can get anywhere he wants to be and shoot over smaller players. And he was one of the most crafty players the game has ever seen. So I think his game translates to any time period.
Larry Bird talked a lot of shit. Bird used to tell me, look here, man. I'm gonna go shoot this motherfucking jumper in your face right there in that corner. And it's gonna be your Christmas present. I'm gonna wrap it up and bust your head open. All that shit. He was the coldest dude I ever seen with that shit, man. Everybody be talking about these greats, and they'll be always mentioning him. He was the shit. Yeah. Shit, man. He'll give it to you any way he wanted to. Any way he wanted to. Larry Bird was cold. Cold dude, man. Real cold.
Every night, show what you got. I don't know if I could ever tell you a memory. I'll just tell you that Larry was a phenomenal basketball player. The guy had unbelievable physical and mental toughness, which set him apart. I mean, that guy just would play through pain.
Larry Bird grew up in the hood too.
No, he grew up in French Lick, Indiana. No,
But
he didn't grow up in the
Not
hood.
in the hood, but it was a hard, wasn't it like,
I mean,
like
it
a
was
struggle.
tough because he was broke, but he grew up in a rural town. But
But I'm saying that has something to do with his mental. You feel me? That's what I'm basically saying. Not the hood. I apologize, y'all. But I'm just more so he
French
grew up in
Lick
a
ain't the hood.
No, he grew up in like a little probably a tough and struggling area.
Exactly.
And when you grow up like that, you began like mental toughness.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Ball is down and he's hurt. And here comes Larry Bird making his return from an apparent fracture of the right cheek.
Nothing bothered him. Unbelievable competitor. Great hands, great vision, great feel for the game. And just, could go out every single night and just play at an unbelievably high level. Didn't have to shoot the ball really well to have a good game because he did so many different things.
I said, the dude just knew how to play, right? And the thing that I loved about him is that he was a shit talker. And I wish you would have got a chance to play against him, Robert, because I swear to God, you'd have loved playing against him because the dude would just tell you where he's going, shoot it in your face, talk shit to you, and run back down the floor.
Yeah.
And he was just one of those guys that, he just had it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he had it, and I saw it in college, and obviously saw it a whole lot closer when we get a chance to play against the Celtics. He was the biggest trash talker back in the day, but he was back.
So he was like, if I had to compare him to somebody in the new age, like Kevin Garnett?
No, trash talker. You gotta compare him to somebody.
Kevin, I ain't talking about skill wise. I'm talking about trash talking wise. Kevin Garnett a trash talker, bro.
Yeah, Kevin Garnett a trash talker. But what's his name? Up in Smoke or the Showtime. Him and Matt Barnes.
Stephen Jackson?
Yeah, Steven Jackson.
Steven
trash
Jackson.
talker. So yeah.
Kevin Garnett was a horrible trash talker to him.
I mean, yeah, you compare him to those guys, but I just think Larry was on like another level.
For real.
Yeah.
Larry trying to make sure
and imagine a white boy's doing that to you the whole game.
Yeah, and killing you.
Yeah.
Nah.
Back it up.
The first guy there, he was the last guy to leave. He wore that body out with the jumpers and the running and the movement and the concentration and the focus and the discipline and the sacrifice. He had it all. He wanted the light on him. He wanted the focus, and he wanted that ball. And if it ever got to the point where Casey Jones, a coach who we just loved and would do anything for, if Casey would ever call somebody else's play, Larry would just say, no, I'm shooting this ball, and he would.
2 seconds on the shot clock. Bird wants a 3 out of it. He gets it.
Now, growing up in Boston, people all used to always talking about that he can't jump, he can't do this, he can't do that. And, a lot of my friends was like that, So, I got to the league. I called all my friends back up. I said, all that trash that you were talking, you need to squash all that. This man is great. He can, whatever you were saying for a man who can't jump, he's demolishing everybody.
So your guys are saying, how can you let this guy?
He's doing it on everybody. He's doing it on everybody. He's doing it on the best defensive players in the league.
I have to give the edge to Bird. I mean, he can get his own shot off.
Ooh, over Magic.
Over Magic, yeah. Over Magic.
Over Magic.
Over Magic.
Let me know in the comment section, because I don't know, bro. Magic or Bird? I know Larry Bird is amazing, bro. But Magic or Bird, bro?
Right.
Whew, that's a tough one, bro.
Tough one.
I'm not going to lie, y'all. I know Larry Bird's amazing, like I said, but I just can't just be like Larry Bird. Because Magic was crazy, too.
Magic was cool, but Bird, he just did so much, bro.
He can get his teammate. Basically, what Magic did, he was able to do, plus be an offensive threat all the way out to the three-point line. That's an incredible asset. They were pretty much the same size. Yeah. They were both slow. They were both, they were not both leapers.
Magic was fast, yeah.
But Bird, that outside three, and they were both high IQ guys, but I got to give the edge to Bird.
To play against the dream team.
This was the legendary game where the college guys came in and Chuck Daly let y'all tear their ass up, and as soon as y'all started getting back, he ended it, right?
So, yeah, so funny. So when we got an invitation, it was 8 of us. It was myself, Bobby Hurley, Allen Houston, Chris Webber, Rodney Rogers, Eric Montrose.
Shout out Rodney Rogers, man. Shout out to OG.
Yeah. And Grant Hill was on that squad. So we get to La Jolla, San Diego, and we check into the Marriott. We go up to our floor, and we're walking in the corridor, and we see this tall white guy coming down the hall. And I'm like, damn, that looked like Larry Bird. So Larry Bird coming down the hallway, me and Chris Webber, and Larry Bird, you don't realize how big Larry Bird is until you stand up close to Larry Bird.
Exactly.
Larry Bird, legit 6'10".
Real talk. When I first stood up against him when he was coaching the pace, I was like, damn.
So he walked by us and he says, y'all those college guys? And we was like, yeah, we the college guys. And he looked at us and he said, get some fucking rest. It's going to be a long week. And we was like, what the hell?
What y'all got us into?
Yeah, I'm like, okay. We like, all right, what's going on here?
I wanted to say what's up. He came to me like this, like, dang.
Larry broke into the league, Rookie of the Year. Yeah, had a strong first year. So I knew that I was teaming up with someone that was franchise changing type talent.
This guy, I think he was born to play basketball. Seeing him come in and making the adjustment early, taking a team that had won 20 games the year before, and the next year, they're 40 plus, and the next year they're 60 plus.
When Bird was at Indiana State, and the first time we really got a chance to see him play on television, Indiana State played Bradley, and then, fast forward, then they played DePaul, and Mark Aguirre, Terry Cummins, Teddy Grubbs on that team, and Larry Bird just, he does this thing, and then of course they went on and they played Magic at Michigan State. But Bird was again, one of the greatest shooters, champions, competitors to ever play in our game.
You now join Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain as the only players in the 40-year history of the NBA to win the league's MVP award 3 years in a row.
Yeah, Rob, I wish you would have played against him, man. Larry Bird was the biggest shit talker in the league back in the day. He would tell you exactly where he was going, what he was going to do. And he did that to us in the finals. He was like, guys, don't worry about it. I'm going to go right over here into the corner. I'm going to catch the ball. I'm going to shoot it, and ain't shit y'all can do about it. I mean, just like, and he did exactly that. You know, so I wish you would have got a chance to play against him.
You know, because I always think about that moment. I don't know how true this is, but you remember the time when he was playing Atlanta, and he told the guy, he says, I'm a bank of 3 on you. And the guy's just bullshit. So,
yeah. On the out-of-bound play.
Throughout the game, throughout the game, he never got to say, he said, you know what? He goes back in the game. I think he had like 50 points that game or something.
I noticed too, because Kevin McHale ended up having the most points ever scored by a Boston Celtic, right? And Larry told him he should have got 60 because he broke it against Atlanta like 2 or 3 days later.
Yeah, and it was in the bench. Atlanta bench got in trouble because they out here rooting for. I'm like,
you can see it. I mean, if you go back and look at the tape, you can see them.
That would forever be funny, yo. The whole Atlanta bench going down. I would have been a coach. You off the team. You off the team. You off the team. Come on, yo. The other crowd rooting for Larry Bird, yo.
Crazy,
this man was that good.
He was that good.
Bitch, every shot he made, they're going crazy.
He's like, he unbanked this one. And it's like, see, that's what you want. Because when someone's telling you what they can do and you can't stop it, you know they're a bad man.
Bad man.
Yeah. But I look at guys in this era now, and you say, okay. You look at Bird and says, "Man, I could have stopped him because he's slow." It's sort of like Luka now. Luka, you watch Luka. Luka is so freaking slow, and you're like, "Why can't they stop that?"
Right?
I'm like,
Facts.
People before even Luka, let's talk about Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce was slow, bro.
He wasn't as slow as Luka though.
Nah, but Paul Pierce was slow. But he's a bucket. They gave it to him. They gave it to him when it was time to put that ball in the bucket at the final. He put in LeBron grandmother eye before. LeBron ate one, yo.
Couple times.
But when you crafty and you know how to play, that's all you need.
Yeah, I think Bird is fast compared to Luka. I see Luka, he be going slow as hell, and he'll get by you. But Larry probably looked like fucking sprinter compared to the way Luka plays.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I think it was 86, 87. So we was playing Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. So they gave me the task of guarding Larry Bird. Guarding Larry Bird. I'm like this 25-year-old rookie in the league. They said, Dennis, you have to guard him. And I'm like, and you know what I'm saying? Guard him. So that was my whole job, to guard the toughest guy on the team, on the other teams. So, so I'm guarding him, and every time I turn my head, he's over there in the 3-point line. He said, "I'm over here, Rook." I'm like, I got to go out there and run out there like a dumbass. Let's go out there try to contest him. He'll hit the 3. I'm like, okay, da-da-da-da.
I remember the Portland game. I think it was Super Bowl Sunday. We were playing the Portland Trailblazers. He had like 52 points or something like that. We were down 3, and he's a remarkable, crazy 3-point shot. He was leaning. And I was like, there's no way he's going to hit the shot.
DJ again to make the inbounds pass. The double team and Bird. Larry, fake, fall away.
All right. He's leaning, falling, hits the 3-point. I'm like, this guy's amazing.
One thing I do remember now, this is practice, is I'm making a backdoor cut, and Larry actually spun the ball. Like, I had never dreamed of spinning the ball. He back spun the ball, bounced out in front of me. I about pulled a hamstring because I thought the damn ball was going out of bounds. It popped back up and it hit me in my hands. He just said, "You get open, I'll hit you." And I went like, "Oh, okay then." I was like, and that I do remember, because I remember thinking, I'm going to try that spin pass. I tried it once and said, I'm not doing that ever again. I get threw it out of bounds.
Off of the ball. Back to Larry Bird to McHale. What a pass.
Man.
In the league at that time, do you have a feel for who players felt was the better player between those two?
To be honest with you, the black players gravitated to Magic and the white players gravitated to Bird.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And the people with sense could see the difference. And it wasn't about color or anything else. It was, hey, this guy here can ball. Yeah. And that's why we used to always look at Bird like, maybe he's not white.
He's clear. Transparent.
That is something to say, bro. Hey, Man, this dude is killing right now. Sure, you think his parents is black? Cause he out there killing. Come on, yo.
In a little bit of a way, because he's got a lot of swag.
Yeah.
Before the word was really hot.
Yeah.
Played in the Garden. I got checked in the game, and Larry Bird was just standing there, and I walked right up to him, was like, "How you doing, Mr. Bird?" I'm you know, and then he just had his hands on his hip, and he doesn't even look at me the whole time. He looks at Paul Westphal because they were teammates together, and he goes, "Paul, I know y'all ain't got this fucking rookie back in y'all. You got to be fucking." And I got my hand out. My hand is still out, so I'm just like, "Oh well, somebody come guard 33 because I think I'm a guard." So, like, for him to talk trash and never even icon or talk to me, I was like, "Ooh, this dude is dangerous."
Right.
Magic was cool when I met him. I got on the court in the form and went right up to him. Forget about the game. "Hi, Magic. How you doing?" Say, "Hey, what's up, baby? LA, you home?"
So the next morning, we get up and we go to practice, and Roy Williams is our coach, but we only got 8. So we like, well, how are we practicing, and what are we practicing for? So we spent, I want to say, an hour doing the 3-man weave. And I'm like, what's going on here? Then they bus us to another location where the dream team is practicing. And these about 400 people standing outside waiting for the dream team to come out. They take us up to a top floor, and the dream team is practicing. They're finishing up their practice. And then they say, "All right, get loose and stretch out." We're like, "Okay, we playing?" They're like, yeah, we're gonna play next. So we get out the gates, like the first 15 minutes, we kicking their ass. we running them all out. Bobby Hurley in the lane, killing John Stockton. So they stopped the game and turn off the score. I think we were up like 72-66 or something, 64, something like that. We lit their ass up, and then something happened. We're sitting there, and we get back to the hotel. Rodney Rogers says something to, it's a group of them. It's Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and everybody's shooting the shit. And Rodney Rogers said, "Hey, Larry, you ain't hit a jumper since '84. Magic heard that shit. And we ain't think nothing of it. The next day we came in, and I never seen this. And this one I was like, this is a different breed. Magic Johnson fed Larry Bird the ball probably about 8 times in a row down court. Larry Bird got the ball on Rodney Rogers, and every time he was about to make a move, he told him what he was going to do. 1 dribble, pull up, going left, off glass. Fuck it. 1 dribble, going right, spin, shot, bucket. He scored 9 times or 8 times in a row, left the court to go lay down because he couldn't sit on a bench. He had to lay down because of his back. And said, "Young fella, look like 84, huh?"
Yo, this dude Bird was vicious, yo.
Last time he made
So I'm sitting there and I'm like, wow. I said, so that's they kicked our ass for the rest of the week.
Larry and those guys, it's something I've watched my whole life. I turn around and Larry goes, "What's up, Sal? What's up, Larry?" He goes, "You made it." "Yeah, man." He goes, "Y'all not double teaming?" I said, "Nah, just me on you." He goes, "For real?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, yo, mouse in the house, mouse in the house. And he runs down to the post and posts me up. And boom, boom, score. He said, "It's going to be a long night, Sal."
And Larry with a long jump shot.
We up 1, and we come out of the huddle, and Bird looks at me, and Kent Benson is guarding Bird. And Bird looks at me, and he goes, "He's got no shot." And he says it right to Benson as he was standing there, right? And sure enough, he gets it in on the left side of the court, takes it down to the baseline.
All right, here's Dennis. Gets it into Bird. Larry, a runner. Got it! Ball game's over. Boston wins.
knocks it down. They win by 1. He walks off. He goes, I told you, you can't put him on me. He said, you better get somebody else who can guard.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video and tell me how many points you think a prime Larry Bird will average in today's NBA. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, and show love to the YG gang. And now I'm out.
Between 30 and 35.
What? How much he had scored?
Yeah.
Bro, Larry Bird probably the only player that I actually seen him tell somebody and then go do it. Exactly. The only player I never heard of that. Only person I seen come close to that in my generation was Steph Curry, and that's when he pointed at the 3-point line and shot it.
Yeah.
And LaMelo.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing. But Larry Bird was doing that. In today's game, yo, I'm giving Bird, I'll say 27 to 30.
30 to 35 for me.
27 to 30 for me, bro. Like, I'm a believer that this man was truly amazing, bro. And the league was way harder back then. I was explaining to somebody at work, the league was way harder back then.
Right.
So if the league was way harder back then, bro, he probably getting like 40. He probably don't average 40. But he gonna have a lot of 40-point nights.
Yeah.
If his back wasn't hurt either. Let's think about that. Amazing video, man. What you think about the video, bro?
Video was good. That's why YG always do a good job, though. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I love this video.
If y'all new to the channel, man, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Yes, sir.
We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. I'm Nick DUNSON.
And I'm Mookie DUNSON.
And we out, baby. 1.